so that screen sharing is disabled. That is what it says.
But you are the host, so you can share.
Murthy sir, please join.
Record.
Yeah. In between, we could see the Parul University logo. Yeah.
Yes.
I hope you are able to see now.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ravi. Good afternoon to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Murthy sir, please begin. We are live.
Is it clearly visible?
Yes. You proceed.
Yes.
So we should look back into the project, how we started actually. We had a video conferencing at L&T with the head office. That time they wanted to have industry academia interaction, trying to find out the feasibility of that. So that happened in 2015, followed by the RAE jointly with FICCI organizing a workshop in Delhi on 12th and 13th of May, in which myself, Mr. Rajan Pandya participated. We had a round of interactions with the experts coming from RAE, including with Dr. Ravi Silva. That's how the first interaction was with Dr. Ravi Silva. This is the picture at which myself with Mr. Rajan Pandya, Sir William Vacuum was the chairperson. He is the vice president of Royal Academy of Engineering. We spoke about what best could be done between industry and academia. Now, we need to recognize the key persons. These projects would not have been possible, but for some of the key persons. Dr. Ravi Silva is very, very important, because this project application would not have been accepted, but for the fact that we had a UK partner, esteemed well-distinguished professor, and Dr. Ravi Silva has agreed for that. The second important person for us is Mr. P.K. Basu, because we need to have industry partner. It is not enough we have an university, foreign university, but we need to have industry partner. And having an industry partner like L&T, it is a great blessing in disguise for us. Because looking at the name of Platinum Tubro and their professionalism in organizing every event, whatever it is, whether it is training program or induction programs or industry visits, everything they do very professionally. And Platinum Tubro has international fame, and that really helped us. Mr. P.K. Basu is very much, very much attached with academics. He continued to take very active part through entire two projects. Now, the first project was to reduce water consumption and optimize efficiency. And this idea emanated from L&T only. Mr. Rajan Pandya, Mr. Somnath Kundu, Yogendra Mishra ji, all others. When we had rounds of discussions with them, with our teammates, they said that currently the problem is that thermal power we have to continue to generate. In India, there is no other option other than thermal power for some more time. But water consumption is a big problem, and water is being consumed significantly when we generate thermal power. Now, how to reduce water consumption is the issue. There are sub-3 goals which are studying different fish structure, thin spacing, turbine back pressure, and reducing adverse effects of wind and fan. These projects have been handled by Professor Sanjay Paul, Professor J. Sudani, Professor Nitin Chauhan, and Professor Seema Mehnalani, and Professor Suhasini. This is the team we had. We included L&T as a part of team and Dr. Ravi Silva of University of Surrey. And L&T led by Mr. P.K. Basu, Mr. Rajan Pandya, Mr. Somnath Kundu, Mr. Yogendra Mishra, Mr. Ram Singh Kushwaha. There are some others whose names have not mentioned over here. But a lot of people have from L&T participated very significantly. PAET for university got benefited. In total, 64 students undertook sub projects. Now, the faculty members and students and presented research papers in details. I just show you a print of that. Let me try whether I can show you this. There is some problem with the,
Slideshow.
yeah,
You go on speaking, then no problem.
yeah. We have published about 14 papers which are by different persons. Let me see whether I be able to bring it to here. Okay. These are the publications we made, 13 research papers in reputed journals. We had a host of meetings actually. Dr. Silva himself visited Paul University and Larsen and Toubro 3 occasions, and more than 5 occasions he was there on Skype to have the meetings. This is one of the screenshots where Dr. Silva was listening to us, participating in the discussion. All the great professionals from Larsen and Toubro were present over there. Then our team members, Professor Sanjay Paul, Professor J. Sudhani, and Mr. Rajan Pandya of L&T went to University of Surrey and Royal Academy of Engineering, and they had the occasion to interact with the top experts, Dr. John Crew, Dr. Richard Murphy, Dr. Dhuma, and during their meeting, they also met Mr. Professor Sharaf Sharma, Program Manager at RAE. These are some of the pictures of their visit. And we undertook number of workshops. In fact, 17 workshops we organized. 1,800 people participated in the workshops, represented by 8 universities and 30 colleges and 10 companies. We also had outstanding professionals like from IITs, NITs, PDPU. Dr. Sanjay Mittal, head National Wind Tunnel Facility, IIT Kanpur, was expert speaker in a workshop. We also organized workshops at L&T, PDPU, and ADIT. These are some of the pictures of the workshops conducted, and Dr. Silva was present in the workshop. And both Mr. Somnath Kundu, Mr. Yogendra Mishra, and Mr. Rajan Pandya, this is at PDPU, the other one is at ADIT, where Mr. Rajan Pandya was delivering a talk. ADIT principal, Mr. Jain was present, Dr. Jain was present. So, since we did reasonably well during the first 1 year of the first project, when we applied for second project with the kind support from L&T and University of Surrey, we could get the second project, wind refrigeration system using solar energy. The objective is developing better refrigeration systems using solar energy and carrying out research to reduce conventional electricity consumption. And the main aim of this project was to develop eco-friendly cooling systems. The members of PU team, Dr. Devier, Professor Mohsin Dadi, Professor Arjun Vyas, Professor Gaurav Soda, Professor Vital Gadger, Professor Devang Shah, and we were lucky to have Dr. Unnati Joshi, the Dean Faculty of Engineering, as a member. And members of L&T team had same as Mr. Rajan Pandya, Mr. Somnath Kundu, Yogendra Mishra, Mr. Ramsingh Kushraj, and Mr. Nimesh Mehta, and Dr. Ravi Silva helped us a lot significantly. We had a student participation, which again our Honorable Vice Chancellor will speak about it, but we had total 75 students participate in the event. We had a review of the students' performance at L&T, help of L&T experts. These are some of the screenshots of that. We did organize 12 workshops, 1,090 students and faculty members of 24 engineering colleges affiliated to 6 universities and 77 professionals from 6 companies participated. This is Mr. Deepak Gadia, who is a well-known expert in solar energy. He's a director at Munshi Ashram Ashram, and is one of the top-notch experts in solar energy, who was handling a workshop as a part of the RAE. We had a large number of publications published. This is the link. I try whether I can. Yeah, this is open. I hope you are able to see the screen.
Yes, yes.
These are the publications by our members. Some of them are in the peer-reviewed journals. 3 of them are submitted as the presentation. Then visit to university survey was done by this team also in the November 2018. Professor Rital Gatia, Pratin Vyas from CU and Mr. Ramsingh Pushpa from L&T participated. And they were lucky to have the interaction with top-notch experts like Dr. Joe Shankuta, Dr. Ravi Mishra, Dr. Steven, Professor Prashant Kumar, and also they met Mr. Sharma at RAE. And we conducted, we did have annual celebrations, both the occasions, 2017 and 2019, 7 January 2019, not it is the 29, it is. Dr. Silva this is the two photographs taken on the occasion. We had Dr. Javier also. Our Honorable Registrar, Dr. S. Kumar is present. Mr. Padek, Principal is there. All the members of the team, both DRSC and ACC were present over here. So this is about it. I just want to show you a couple of videos if we opens up. This work has been, a lot of experimental work has been done by our faculty members with the help of students. I just take one more minute.
Working on industry-defined research project funded by Royal Academy of Engineering, United Kingdom. Generation, power generation. Now, this is the experimental setup that we have created. Now, these are the two Arduinos that are the microcontroller which control the actuators, and this actuator moves the solar panels. Now, there is one relay board which controls that positive or negative charge of the actuators. Now, there is one application. This application shows the data of voltage, current, and power. Not running an actuator is 24 volt DC supply, 12 inch stroke length, and it can lift up to 100 kg of weight. My name is Parthasa. I am final year student of electrical engineering.
I will show you other videos also. There are good work done by them. Excellent work.
I want to explain setup of this. This is the first project. This is the first connected after using developers. We got efficiency of 27.
There is metal foam work which was done. I think a lot of innovation work has been done. you a couple of others. Then we this is solar dish which is been installed.
Step just to place the mirror by getting the accurate size. For sizing, we just heavier length, or you can say the increase in length. Mechanical Engineering Department, Bharat Institute of Technology. And what we have done here is we have kept a focal point where all the solar rays coming on the dish is being focused. Currently, you can see the focal point which is very bright in color. So it is current the time 11:40 and the sun shining bright. So we are getting so that we are going to manufacture the metal form which is having the 90% porosity, so it will increase the surface area. Because of those surface area, we can get the maximum temperature at the outlet of the metal form pipe. So that's why we are going to change.
Looking forward, there is a possibility for innovation by way of filing patents. With this, I end up my presentation. May I request Dr. Vanati Joshi to proceed further?
Thank you so much, sir. Respected dignitaries, faculty members, and dear students. Actually, it's really a proud moment for all of us as Parul University, jointly with L&T as Indian industry partner and with University of Surrey as UK university partner, successfully completed 2 industry-defined projects, which is funded by Royal Academy of Engineering, UK, under the Newton Bhabha Fund. In both the projects, under the proficient leadership of Dr. P.G.K. Murthy sir from Parul University, and with the wholehearted efforts from our technical teams, University could achieve new milestones in terms of say students BTech as well as MTech projects, research projects, various workshops, faculty training programs, and many more. For all these events, the response received from various universities, academic institutions, as well as industries were very encouraging. Also, the feedback from participants has been excellent for all the workshops. L&T team of distinguished professionals like B.K. Basu sir, Rajan Pandya sir, Somnath Kundu sir, Mishra sir, Kushwaha sir, and the team of University of Surrey, led by Dr. Ravi Silva sir, lent us a very great support for both the projects throughout. Actually, being a part of one of the mentioned projects, which is entitled as Green Refrigeration System using solar energy, I would like to mention here, the main objective for this project was focused on the reduction of conventional electricity consumption in refrigeration as well as air conditioning system using solar energy. So during this research, the team could work out some of the very important findings, and that definitely I would like to narrate here, few of them. Solar energy is having the potential of integration with refrigeration systems, which gave net increment in power generation by almost 20% for the gas turbine model LM6000. Phase change material as compared to water improves energy efficiency of vapor compression refrigeration system. A non-conventional metal foam absorber was developed, and it can definitely be a very good substitute of conventional absorbers. Actually, simulated results also show that the heat transfer is increased by almost 18.65% in the metal foam absorber due to the increment in the surface area by almost 62.88%. The developed system of solar PV system is capable to supply the auxiliary load of refrigeration under different weather conditions. The performance of the system is improved with dual axis mechanical tracking, IoT-based monitoring, grid integration, and reduced harmonic distortion for better performance. Solar refrigeration and cooling systems are more suitable than conventional systems as refrigerants used are pollution-free working fluids. Solar cooling system can be used to improve the indoor air quality of residential buildings, hostels, schools, colleges, offices, and research laboratories. Also, by experimental investigation, it was found that using aluminum oxide nanofluid, initial temperature of water, which was 35 degrees centigrade, it has been raised by further 6.2 degrees centigrade after the experimentation. The efficiency of solar photovoltaic cells was 27.96% initially, and after it has been increased by up to the 15%. This resulted in output of 51 volts, which was previously 42 volts before the use of nanoflow. So, with of course, this research journey was full of new learning for the entire team. At the outset, I'm very much thankful to the management of Parul University also for their unconditional throughout support. Our team will definitely be ready for further such kind of the endeavors. And with this, I would like to end up my speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you, sir.
Now the next one. Sir, may I request Rajan Pandya sir to speak?
Good afternoon, Dr. Silva, Mr. Patel, all dignitaries at Parul, Pasu Saab. Mr. Kundu is unable to join, but he has also given me some points, so I will cover for him. Actually, this particular journey of associating with Parul and University of Surrey for an industry-defined project was something unique experience. And maybe for the first time, this industry academia thing was happening in India also to this extent. So we learned a lot in the first project where we were doing ACC project. And the subsequent project of green refrigeration, I think, was a big improvement on that because we could achieve much more in that project. And as an industry also, so we learned that at that time we have to define the problem properly and also split the main thing into sub projects where the different teams can work independently in parallel manner to achieve the desired objective. So keeping the overall objective in mind, we have to do these sub projects, and then the final culmination happens when everybody reaches to the logical conclusion. And while speaking to the faculty as well as to the students, we could give them some ideas. We could give them the overall perspective of what we are trying to achieve. And we found that as we progressed in this 2-year journey of each of the project, there was a considerable improvement in the communication skill and the presentation skill of the student. And we were also able to understand them better. And as long as prototyping is concerned, we did not do much in the first one, but in the second one, whatever videos Dr. Murthy has shown, it shows that we did a lot of prototyping, we did a lot of experimentation in addition to the whatever theoretical work was done. So in that process, we could actually conclude we could validate some of the things which we said that, it can be achieved in practice. So that was I think, very, very good development in the GRSSC project. And during the workshop, students from other colleges also attended. And to that extent, we can say that a little bit of a community benefit also accrued, because in general, the knowledge level of all the students kind of improved by attending these workshops. And this particular thing, when I went to University of Surrey, and Dr. Silva introduced me to various people there, and the type of industry academia interaction which is there, I think we have many miles to go to reach to that level. But I think this is a very good beginning, and I am sure that eventually Indian industry also will, value the find value in getting the R&D done through the academia, because up till now it has not been done in a very great scale. Generally, every company wants to do some R&D in its own way, but to get it done through an academic institution is, I think, these two projects will, I think, set some kind of a benchmark on which everybody else can, I think, learn and take it further. So these are my thoughts on this journey, which we had for almost 3 years. 1 year was an overlap year between two projects. And one suggestion, I think, which we have discussed is that if we can tie up with some key vendors in the beginning, then also it helps us to execute this project better, because vendors have the latest technology trends with them. And then the students and the faculty who are working can, build on that. So that is one more thing we can try going forward. So these are my thoughts. With that, I think I will end, and maybe Mr. Basu can give his comments subsequently.
Good morning, Dr. Silva, and good afternoon to Patel Saab, Murthy Saab, Pandya Saab, Unnati ji, and others who are present today in this meeting. I feel little nostalgic, and many things have come to my mind. One of the things that L&T could participate here, I think I must tell you, our erstwhile Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. K. Venkatramanan, he was the power behind all this thing. We would not have existed if the MD and CEO would not have supported us. He was like a young student. He was so enthusiastic about this project. So I remember he said, Basu, go full hog into it. Support this particular thing. So when you have a sponsorship of the top man, how it can transform the whole thing, I have seen myself. So he will be very happy. Maybe I will speak to him this weekend about this program, whatever has happened, how it has been culminated. The whole credit goes to Mr. Venkatraman so far as the L&T is concerned. Other people like me or Pandya came later. Actually, I was with, and I think Murthy sir, you have met him also. So that is one of the things which is I wanted to mention here. Second thing, having graduated, I think now we were in a maybe orbit number 1 or orbit number 0, we have been rotating around maybe the planet. But I think now the time has come. Now we need to make a orbital shifting. Because these days, Murthy sir, I am also trying to teach. So sometimes the orbit shifting mechanism and all these things we are talking. But here I definitely feel we have to make an orbital change. And to make that, one of the things I have just a suggestion, whatever is relevant we can do. Having done 2 projects, 3 years on the job, hands-on, and I myself, I have seen, because you remember one time I was not very, I would say not very happy. I was trying to understand what on the ground, what practical thing is happening. And then there was a full-fledged presentation where I sat through and I was reasonably satisfied that yes, it is in the right direction. Now, my suggestion is both L&T or particularly the university should step back. These 2 projects, whatever our learning has been, we must step back and see the benefits, whether it has come onto the ground. Like I will tell you one thing, more and more every time the whatever the request for inquiry and proposals are coming, we find water has been a scarce resource. Everywhere they are saying that how much water you people are using, there will be a loading onto it. There will be a loading of per meter cube per hour extra will be charged at the rate of so many lakhs per cubic meter of water. So on the ground, let's say, whatever we have found, can I utilize this? And can L&T take a risk? I would not say risk, but can take a proper judgment and take a calculated risk of reducing that. Because if I reduce, probably when the evaluation, I'm talking about very purely commercial kind of a situation, that when I look into it, that the evaluation will take place, there will be some benefit it will accrue to L&T. So I think why I'm saying this, the moment the industry sees there is some benefit which is coming as an outcome of this type of this academia and industry connect, there will be more enthusiasm will come. And then whatever you people will be doing, the industry will also accordingly come forward and help and make sure that the whole endeavor is a success. So this is the thing I said, that we need to have a real self-reflection, stepping aside, looking in hindsight, what has gone in, how much of that thing is purely, because I could see lots of papers has been written. So academically, definitely it has created a lot of value. That's the reason some very good, the Scopus and other people, I just saw the name, they must have also definitely passed that. But in the industrial term, it will be for the benefit of both L&T as well as Parul to sit together and also take Dr. Silva's help to find out and redefine what we want to do next. So I think it's a great endeavor. We have also learned a lot, and Parul University has come all the way. We have met maybe 5-6 times Dr. Silva. It was really a personal benefit, and in all the time it was really a pleasure to hear him. And I was trying to give a problem to him, which I said, I will not leave you, Dr. Silva, whatever problem we have been just discussing. And so that particular thing, we will take it later on. And with a great leadership from you and Patel sir, all the time a smiling person, and hugely, I would say, all the time whenever I met, I found that it's a soothing kind of he puts, if somebody is agitated or something like that, he has that kind of a personality to put everything shant karne dene se. And a great thing. I have a very, I would say, admirer of Dr. Patel. And Murthy Saab is, I would say, you are my own very close friend. And all the people like Unnati, I saw her after a long time. It was wonderful meeting them. I look forward, maybe in a different capacity, probably in some other places, we must definitely get into and try to do something better. So good luck to all and the endeavor, and Parul and Dr. Silva, Pandya Saab and his team, Dr. Patel and everybody. My best wishes to you. And only thing, sir, jointly we must pray to God that something should be done to drive out this Mr. COVID from the scene, because it has done, everybody is now knelt down. So whole world has brought to their knees. So I think if something can be done on some project can be done, how to take care of COVID, it will be a great thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now I think it is Dr. Ravi Silva. May I request you to Dr. Ravi kindly address us, share your views.
Thank you, Dr. Murthy. Distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to be at this press release by Parul University on the successful conclusion of not 2 but 3 major programs. 2 associated with the industry partnership, and the third one on being a node in the Grand Challengers program to the Royal Academy of Engineering. It is a great opportunity to meet the next generation of innovators and engineers who are really going to shape the world and possibly get rid of COVID also in the process. And this is really why the next generation is so important. And the leadership of the current generation has to point the way to the youngsters on how best to do things. It is a great opportunity to thank our partners, Parul University, for leading the activities in terms of setting up the projects, Larsen and Toubro for coming up front right at the beginning and saying, we will take the risk, we will take the responsibility of showing the industrial lead, and the Newton Baba Fund for providing the resources to do this. I join you from the Royal Academy, not just as a fellow, but also as a member of the international committee that oversees all international programs within the academy. And what we have heard today, even in these last few minutes, really is about the wonderful leadership the students and the engineers can see from the University of Parul as well as Larsen and Toubro in front of them. We heard from Mr. Pandya about how important these projects were, and even while he was speaking on the projects, he indicated how he himself has learned. You know, we did something initially with the air-cooled condenser project, but we did it even better with the second green refrigeration project. That's what engineering is about. Engineering is not about being complacent and delivering. It's about making sure whatever you do meets real world societal needs and learning at every single step of the way. I think it's very, very important that all journeys start with a single step. And what we are seeing here is a wonderful relationship growing, not just with Parul University and Larsen and Toubro, but with the Royal Academy of Engineering and our partners and friends in India. This really is a very, very valuable activity. Mr. Basu talked about making sure that we learn and continue with these relationships. This is absolutely key. And what he showed us was true leadership comes from within. Leadership not just to understand what is important, but also to make the change. We've heard those wonderful words of Mahatma Gandhi that says, you need to be the change you want to see. And I think what I see in front of the leadership team here with Dr. Patel, Mr. Pandya, Mr. Basu, and Dr. Murthy, that absolute engine that drives everything around him. It's like a tsunami that makes sure that change for the better takes place. Now that is happening. And all the students at Parul are very, very privileged to find this sort of people being able to teach them as leaders. Mr. Basu asked the question of how important it is to have wash up to understand where the benefits have been. And if I were to just quote a single example that was written by a Nobel Prize winner in economics, where he said 80% of the GDP has been attributed to industrial change. And when he said that, what he did was he said, if you take the companies such as Intel, Google, Amazon, Tesla, these countries drive change. These have started from the bottom in the garages of Apples. This is what makes change real. This is what makes change happen. We've got Indian leadership in these biggest companies in the world today. And that is happening through universities such as Parul, showing the leadership as to where it's coming. Now, my driver to work with colleagues such as the leadership team here and students is to be the change that I want to see. I believe in a better world. I believe in a world that is equal. I believe in a world that everyone has the right to be able to reach the true potential. In the Royal Academy of Engineering, our mission is to harness the power of engineering to build a sustainable society that is inclusive of all economic benefits to whole of society. No one should be left behind. That is what we do. Within our fellowship, we grow talent, we develop skills, we nourish the future by having innovation, building those global partnerships, influencing policy, engaging the public. we will accelerate this world towards a sustainable society. And that can only happen with the wonderful leadership we see in front of us with L&T and Parul University. I think Parul University has been a beacon of strength, a beacon of knowledge, a beacon of change to that whole region. And together with L&T, we've not only impacted over 3,000 engineers in the last 4 to 5 years, we've had over 30 workshops. All of these people themselves will become the catalyst for change that you see as we go along. And I hope all of the learning that we put within the new condenser program will not just help save water, but will change people's lives, will make people understand when you do something, the impact is to everyone, it's to the society. And as a result, we as engineers must be there to solve the grand challenges of the world. Nowadays, the industry academia partnership that Parul University and Larsen and Toubro won is called Transforming Systems Through Partnership Program. So as a result, we are very much engaged in believing that any partnerships we form with world leading institutions will be able to change this type of world for the benefit of the masses. Much of these programs cannot happen unless you have the funders to do it, and therefore the Newton Barber Fund really must be thanked in earnest for all the work that is being done in order to create a more resilient society. With resilience, we will be able to overcome the pandemics of this world. We will be able to come up with new types of solutions that allow for a fairer world. The Royal Academy of Engineering team will be throughout your future endeavors. We will make sure the seeds that have been planted within this program will enrich the lives of all. We will be there whenever you want to reach out to support you. We will share common goals, common challenges in order to create a better, a fairer, a more socially equitable world that is driven by education and technology. Our vision for Parul and our partner universities in India is to bring the driving force of innovation to the growth and development of your region. The Academy will work hard to provide all of the facilities, all of the support, all of the knowledge we can. And with that, I thank you very much for your attention. And I really do look forward to seeing the changes in the world coming from the group at Parul and L&T in the future. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your very nice, kind, encouraging and motivating words. Before I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Evan Patel, sir, to give his special address, we have a couple of members in the participants. One of them is Dr. Francis Javier, who was then Director of Research and who was a key member of our team. I request Francis Javier, sir, to speak. I am allowing him to speak. Sir, kindly unmute your mic, Javier, sir.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, Javier, sir, kindly proceed. Kindly share your opinion. Please.
Yes, sir. This project had been a great experience for all of us. I hope I am audible.
Yes.
Yeah, you are audible, sir. Yes, sir. Please proceed, sir.
Actually, we learned a lot from the interactions with the industry. Basically, I am from Reliance Industries, so it was not new to me. I expected much more interactions with L&T, and we had more than sufficient. But our students and other people, they also wanted to have more interactions, work with the supervision of the industrial people so that they learn better. That is what we want also. Whenever we get interacted, means from academy and industry, what happens, there is always an improvement of each perception. So the things will improve, and that is a better way of improving our society technically. So this is what is required, and I hope in future we will have more number of such projects being pursued and driven forward. I wish L&T as well as the funding agencies and Parul University for giving such opportunity to all the people, concerned people, and taking such kind of healthy advancements for this society. Thank you, everybody, especially Newton Baba people who have funded uh, both the what's called these projects, and L&T people who have taken the responsibility of suggesting so many things in between. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, with the permission of Honorable Vice Chancellor, we have Mr. Deepak Gadia, who is an expert in solar energy. He was our resource person in a couple of projects. He helped us. I may request Deepak Gadia, sir, to speak few words. Sir, Gadia, sir, you are a great expert.
Sir,
Sir, you are
just a question
wait, sir.
just a question to every one of you. Miss, thank you for inviting me. It has been really
I think he has a problem of bandwidth. That's why his voice is not coming.
And we are very glad to participate, because in the end, the job of the university is not to just produce paper tigers, but to give students some really hands-on experience and live projects. Along with the project from but working with Parul University L&T has been very more fulfilling, and I wish them very all the best, and under any other umbrella, our Newton or any other. So wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We have last but not, a very important member of L&D team. He has been participant as a faculty in all the programs. That is Mr. Yogendra Mishra. Yogendra, can you speak few words? Kindly unmute your mic and speak.
Yeah, okay, Moti ji, thank you so much. Dr. Ravi Silva, distinguished guest from distinguished personalities from Parul University, Mr. Basu, Pandya ji and all. Thank you. I could join only through my mobile because Zoom is not nowadays not allowed in our organization. So thank you for this opportunity, and throughout these two projects, one I was greatly associated, that was air cool condenser, and it was my privilege also to share some practical knowledge to Parul University students as well as the faculties. And when I came to know about 3,000 people, 3,000 students have come across in this program, and that's really delightful that we touched and we interacted with each other. I will not take much time. I would like to say that in future also we associate with such type of program and contribute towards sustainable world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Yogendra. Sir, may I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor M.L. Patel, sir, to address us?
Namaskar to one and all. I hope so that I am audible to one. Good morning to Ravi Silva, sir.
Yes,
As
sir.
exactly after 1 year, we are meeting digitally. Last year, we met at London. In this challenge is what you have just said in your talk, and I also learned a lot during that talk, because what are the challenges that the entire globe is facing and how the young people are solving that issues. That was very good deliberation taken place for 3 days, and we were the witness. And it was also a good company for me, for you, with you for 3 days, for which I can say thank you today after 1 year. So my officers from L&T, no doubt Basu have always green to support the Parul University, and Mr. Rajan Pandyaji, no doubt he is also the alumni of LD, where I was used to be a principal of that college. So it is my privilege also that he is one of our great alumni. He has contributed a lot in L&T, and with the support of L&T, as we have got these 2 projects along with that University of Surrey RAE, and today we are here in a webinar. The word webinar comes this year only, 2020, that is from the conversion of seminar to a webinar. And on this occasion of press release for successful completion of our 2 projects, as it is said that it was a 2 years 2 program, but the 1 year was overlapped. So within 3 years we have completed, and one more that last, I think probably in September, we were just enjoying that challenges of global challenges at particular the final conference there at London. No doubt other stalwarts, my Dean, Dr. Unnati, the person who is instrumental to have this program, Dr. Murthy, and recently we have heard that Mr. Gadia and Mr. Mishra, and we should not forget that the base or the footsteps which in this area was made by our Professor Francis. So he has also joined, and we have heard in after 2 or 3 years. It is also a pleasure for me. As so far my Parul team is concerned, they are always green, evergreen rather, I can say that. After these 2 projects, we have learned a lot. And what I understand that nowadays there are so many universities have come up, and due to that there became a very healthy or rather tough competitions. Now in this tough competition, to recognize ourselves, there are several means and ways. As we know that the one of the important means or ways is that how we are contributing in research and innovations. So as far these 2 projects have given us a lot, and whenever we are going for NIRF, GIRF, or ERA, or NAC, or NBA, or any sorts of ranking, then it is always asked that how many projects you have completed, how many proposals you have submitted. And I'm very happy to share that at least these 2 good projects we come across, which has given us the good name to us. Projects successfully completed. Not only that completed, the help of L&T was continuous to us. And as we see that, after that, we have established in our university a center for research, where dedicated 3 senior professors, one M.R. Yadav, he is retired dean, or rather dean from MS University, one senior scientist from Central University of Gujarat, Professor Bhulekar, and one Professor Pathak from MIT University, along with that, say half a dozen postdoctoral and another half a dozen supporter. Our CRD4 is working very nicely. And through that, we are learning a lot. We are submitting so many proposals. Recently, as we are talking about the research proposal, side by side innovation comes, because whatever problems are there, what are the challenges are there, the solution is innovation. So we have also established dedicated EDC cell, where the 10 persons are working very, very actively, and several projects we are undertaking. As Basu Saab said that regarding this pandemic, what is the solution of that? There was a great hackathon by the MHRD along with this AICT, and I hope I'm happy to say that our so many students have taken the part, and so many project or our proposal were selected and get succeeded. So like that, our contribution is always be there to solve the problem of society, which will help the society at large. Over and above to that, in DST, we are submitting so many proposals, especially on the skill management thing.
Oh, namaste, Jai Shri Krishna.
And hackathon and so many things. I have also not to remember Deepak Gadia ji, because he is always
Yashov-ji, namaste, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, supporter to us as so far our EDC parameter is concerned. So like that way, the new concept of the university, in order to sustain with the others, obviously it is required the research part, where industry problems come to the university, or university and industry will sit together. And this is one of the best examples that...
Yeah, Keshavji, thank you. I'm fine. And at last back to work after 2 weeks of break.
I think Gadia Saab, okay. So this is what I have to say, that we have learned a lot. We are going to have establish our Fab Lab in the university. Gujarat is also supporting us. Our so many 40% that we have got from the Gujarat for the SOSC student startup supports. And I can say that our supercomputer is also to be given by the Kuskos to us very soon. So like that way, we have prepared our mindset. Our entire team, teachers, students are now well prepared for the innovation, for the research. And especially as Basu Sahib said that the problem which will be useful to the society at large, that type of problem on which we are working. And in coming time, definitely we are expanding. And very short, we are going to make a good show as so far the research innovation is concerned. So I am very much thankful, especially Ravi Silva sir and our L&T officer, Basu sir, Mr. Pandyaji, and other of my team, Murthy ji, Unnati, and so on, so that on this occasion we meet each other and we are just releasing our praise that what we did and giving the with guarantee that in future also, whatever good thing for society, we are going to take and will do it. Thank you very much. Over to Professor Murthy.
Thank you very much. Let me now, I must acknowledge the support that we received from our management. Right from when Dr. Desh Patel was there, the founder, chairman, and Dr. Devanshu Patel, the president of the university, who has been a constant motivation for us, always supported every initiative that we have undertaken. But for the support that they have given, and time and again, we did disturb Dr. Parul Patel madam, and sometimes Dr. Kritika Madan Patel madam. So but for the support that we received from all the trustees, including the president, and then the vice chancellors, both the vice chancellors and whom we worked, these projects were completed. And now Dr. M.N. Patel sir, last 3 years. Then Honorable Registrar Dr. H.S. Vijay Kumar sir, and the entire team, all the departments, because when we undertake the projects, there are many things to do with purchase department, finance, everyone. All the departments supported us a lot, but for their kind support, it would not have been possible. But the important thing is the Royal Academy of Engineering, Newton Baba Fund, and Mr. Sharat Sharma have been kind enough to us, and they continuously supported us. University of Surrey, Dr. Ravi Silva, for his kind support, always participated. He's a great inspiration for us. We know the stature of Dr. Ravi. What a grand stature he has. I always say he must get Nobel Prize in a year. Such a person talking to any one of our student members, faculty members, to me or Dr. Unnati, in a very, very equal manner is a great motivation. It's a great motivation because we draw inspiration from people like Dr. Ravi, who has got so many patents, have developed so many projects, and has been advisor to many governments, government of Sri Lanka, government of what you can say, Singapore and others, also working a lot of projects in China. It is a great support for us, great inspiration for each one of us. And the entire L&T team that time led by Basu Saab, Mr. Rajan Pani, everyone has supported us. Thank you all. And I should not forget all the faculty members of both the teams. They really did wonderful work, but for them, the things would not have moved. I think they forgot about the timings also. They used to work midnight. Sometimes we disturb them. Every one of them supported us like any, worked very hard. Students also had very innovative ideas. We had certain limitations in terms of capital sanctioning to them, but they have done wonderful work. Thankful to all of you for your presence. Deepak Gadia sir, Francis Deviya sir, and Dr. Peter Deveri madam, who have joined as audience. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Say, have a wonderful day ahead. Dr. Ravi, I think you are still started now.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Murthy, and the very best of my wishes to everyone there. And I hope the COVID does go off soon, and everything comes to normal. Yeah. So I look forward to meeting you all again, and all the very best. And thank you for the press release.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.